Oh my god, that was muted. Sounds about right. Wow, wow. Why are there so many people streaming fucking Rust? What happened? People haven't realized how bad of a king it is. Yeah, actually. Burnt Peanut is playing Marvel Rivals. Bro is actually selling out so hard now. What? He like actually only plays sponsored streams now. As if he wasn't bad enough already. Bro, why is anybody friends with Peanut? His chat. Someone was spamming, Tim is so bad at explaining this gorilla is just good at eating. And he isn't banned. Like, why would anyone be friends with this guy? Like that. This is what he allows his chat to say about other people. Like like in the case of like Queso, like it makes sense. You know, he leans into it. But even Queso like bans people if they start talking shit about other people. Like if it was directed towards Peanut, okay, like it's his chat, but it's against someone else, bro. I have no idea what I'm gonna do today. Probably just YouTube again. Capcom Publisher Sale. Dino Crisis and Dino Crisis 2. Insane, bro. Resident Evil, I forgot that was about to fucking release on the 26th. This shit is $70? That's crazy, bro. Allows players to switch between first and third person. Interesting. Ninth game following Resident Evil Village. You gonna play the Marathon Open Beta? When the hell is that? In 2 weeks. Let's see, March 5th. Game plan is unlocked in approximately 2 weeks for $40. Is that not just going to be a paid-for release? Like, that doesn't even seem like it'd be a beta. Actually, I guess 2 weeks would be the 27th. This game looks very blocky and cartoony. It looks like a Minecraft mod. Doing a free-to-play capacity server test. Let me guess, it's going to crash and nobody's going to get to play. And then they're just going to be like, oh, no more server space. It's over. GG's. Lasted 20 minutes. Interesting art style. I haven't seen much. It doesn't look like a AAA game. It looks like an indie studio. It literally looks like a Minecraft mod. Like, everything is just blocky. Yeah, unfortunately for Capcom, I do not think I'll be playing Resident Evil when that releases, just because of the price tag. Honestly, realistically, too, I would say it was probably Silent Hill F that ruined new games like this for me. Because they literally followed the same path that I'm sure Resident Evil probably will, where the remake was insanely good, and then the new one was just kind of shit, not gonna lie. Probably one of the worst games I've ever played. Yeah, today we'll probably be playing the good old game called YouTube.com. Oh, look at that. 4 videos right here, just from Charlie. And that was loud as hell. Insane, yeah.
Jinkies. So, Jinkies. So, High Guard. Huh? What's the deal with salt shakers, am I right? Well, it's not good news on the front of High Guard. There has been an announcement, and maybe an announcement's not the right word to use. It's not really accurate to say that. There have been some LinkedIn posts from former Wildlight employees. Wildlight is the studio behind High Guard, mentioning that most of the staff has been laid off at the studio
It looks like AI already.
following
What the
the
fuck?
release of High Guard, which only came out about 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks
Never
appears
heard
to
of
be
it.
like the curse, because Concord had something very similar where it only had a lifespan just
2
barely longer than a
weeks.
mosquito, where it had completely shut its doors in about 2 weeks.
The
It
2-week
barely even
curse
was
instead of
able
the
to
7-year
open its
curse.
eyes after its birth. It seems like 14 days is the magic number that big budget games are given to either blow up or blow out your ass. It's like in The Ring, where you get that phone call saying you're going to die in 7 days, but in the video games industry, you get 14 days. You're going to die in 14 days, it seems. Now, in High Guard's case, they actually had put out a whole year-long roadmap, which made a lot of people believe more heavily in them committing to the long term of growing this, expanding it, and trying to make it flourish and find a player base. And make no mistake, this game did have a successful launch. The day this puppy came out, 100,000 curious sports fans hopped in there to check it out. But as of right now, there's just over 2,400 playing, which
And that's why it got shut down.
isn't really like the smallest potatoes ever. 2,400 concurrent players with nearly a 4K 24-hour peak is pretty decent for a lot of games, but
That's, I mean, it's decent for like single-player games maybe. If you're pushing microtransactions, you could make some money. But for anything even remotely connected to online play, even if it just has like an online fucking shoot-off of some kind of mode, like that's not good. That's terrible. You're looking at like hour plus queue times.
but given the scope of this project and the size of the team, it looks like they're closing the doors on a lot of the employees here. I don't know if that means they're looking to shut it all down or if they're looking to just downsize because they can't justify the spend any longer. I'm not entirely sure. That remains to be seen. But it's certainly not looking good for the future of High Guard, which unfortunately I don't think a ton of people were surprised by. A lot of people kind of predicted that this might happen. I don't think anyone read this shocked. Like, I don't think there was anyone like eyes wide open, jaw on the floor, stunned by this news, because releasing a game like High Guard in the current saturation of this market, it's kind of a death sentence. Like, those guards must be high to
I
be
don't know where
expected.
my cup is. I think I left it out there. I got them.
expecting this to be like a massive success that blows everything else out there and finds its own footing off rip. That was always going to be an uphill battle. It's very difficult to get gamers to switch from their comfort game to your game in the same genre. They might go check it out, but most likely they're going to go back to the game that they've spent the most time with, the one they're most accustomed to. The most notable example that completely bucks that trend is Marvel Rivals, where it entered into an extremely saturated genre, fucking hero shooters. That should have been dead on arrival, death sentence, bury that shit in the dirt. But thanks to the power of the Marvel IP, where so many people are so passionate about Marvel itself, and also the developers...
This is exactly what I fucking said, bro. Literally word for word, basically.
The most notable example that completely bucks that trend is Marvel Rivals, where it entered into an extremely saturated genre, fucking hero shooters. That should have been dead on arrival, death sentence, bury that shit in the dirt. But thanks to the power of the Marvel IP,
it's literally the IP that made it big. It's not even a good game.
Marvel itself,
it's literally just the IP.
And also the developers diverting tons and tons and tons of resources to just churn things out really quickly, very high quality, very quickly, and also
not very high quality, by no means. This game had so many, literally, like, straight up, it's a good game. No, it's not. It literally had... It had a fucking timescale bug that allowed you to move at, like, 3 times speed. Like, it was fucking uncapped Bloodborne kind of bug. There is no quality put into this game. It is just microtransactions on microtransactions. It's literally just EA. They just pump as much money or fucking physical purchases into the game as possible. Like, it had 2 completely game-breaking exploits that were in the game for, like, 3 months after release until they finally patched them.
Market where Overwatch was starting to flounder and people were hungry for something to replace it, Marvel Rivals just had all the stars align, and now it is successful, and it did carve out its niche. Highguard didn't have those luxuries. People were even confused on what Highguard was in the first place. They announced at the Game Awards and then went fucking radio silent crickets for a whole month. People thought it was a hero shooter. I thought it was a hero shooter. A lot of people thought it was fucking Concord 2.0. There were so little things to know about it, so it was hard for people to get hype and buy into this idea of Highguard in the first place when they weren't even talking about it. So when the game came out, and in my opinion was okay, like I don't think it's a great game, I don't think it was a bad game, it was just kind of an alright mid game. So it was always going to struggle retaining a player base. People tried it, they were lukewarm on it, some people hated it, some people did like it, but it was always going to be tough to get them to stick with it long term, especially if the developers don't seem willing to. Like, these layoffs don't inspire confidence, so there's 2,400 people playing it right now, and I imagine they really like it to still be playing it. And they did add things to it, like the 5v5 mode, so it seems like there is a willingness to try and, like, flesh it out. But with these layoffs, it seems like the future's uncertain, and who knows, you know, maybe down the line they could have carved out a unique identity for it. It did have some unique ideas, like with the base rating, so like maybe there's a what if there, and again, they haven't announced that they're shutting down or anything. They haven't fully turned the lights off over there, so perhaps it's still in the cards, but I just don't understand why it feels like no one at these companies internally is putting their thinking caps on. It doesn't feel like they're being realistic. Because this was a very likely outcome that most people were kind of expecting to unfold here. So why are they already laying off people after only 2 weeks? Why wouldn't you go into a project like this with a longer runway? Like, look, we might be bleeding players for a couple months, and that's okay. Like, we have allocated budget to account for that as we look to try and find our community and build this game with the players. Like, they're already doing mass layoffs
2,000
after
is
just
not
2
enough.
weeks. So it seems
enough.
like they were expecting this to just fucking explode and be the next Marvel Rivals or the next Call of Duty or something. Like, who really knows what the expectations are anymore at these companies? It just surprises me how quickly games will come and die. Anyway, though,
because they see things like Arc Raiders and think, oh, if a company who was absolute dog shit with their first release and everyone clowned on them is magically now one of the top games in the world, we can do it too. But no, it's just because with Marvel Rivals, people are like severe fucking hypocrites. That's the only reason the game did good. Like, realistically, that's the only reason on launch it did good.
Look at the LinkedIn here. This comes from someone named Alex Grainer. Unfortunately, along with most of the team at Wildlight, I was laid off today. This one really stings as there was a lot of unreleased content I was really looking forward to that I and others designed for Highguard. However, I'm excited for my next adventure. If your team or anyone you know needs an experienced level designer, hit me up. Check out my portfolio here to see what I've done the last 7 years as a level designer in the AAA space at alexgrainer.com. Cheers. The way that Alex writes about it on LinkedIn sounds like most of the team at Wildlight has been laid off, and then he said how disappointed he is because there is unreleased content that they were excited for, meaning that it feels like that unreleased content is never coming. So my impression is that these layoffs are in preparation for shutting it down, especially when you also look at Josh Sobel's post. Today I was laid off from my job at Wildlight along with most of the staff. Once again, echoing that same sentiment that most of the staff has been laid off. You can't run a game like Highguard with most of the staff gone, and this was the lead tech artist. So this is like a pretty big position, it feels like. It was the best team I've ever worked with, and I've never put so much of myself into a project before. I wouldn't trade the past 2.5 years for anything. And then he goes on to talk about his experience, so if anyone has, a need for his expertise, to please reach out about it. To me, this feels like the end of Highguard, more like Byguard, because it's saying goodbye here. It feels like these posts make it pretty clear that most of the staff has been laid off and that it's likely winding itself down for that next step. It feels like it's in that stage where it's probably closing its doors. But I could be entirely wrong. It's just, the statement about the unreleased content that's not coming, these layoffs, most of the staff gone, as well as like a position like fucking lead tech artist. I mean, it'd be tough to keep the game going with basically no one left at the company, right? You would think. Anyway, though, this isn't something that I think is worthy of celebration or anything. I wish Highguard was better and performed better so that way they could keep chipping away at something and maybe make something special eventually. Like, take, for example, No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky came out to nothing but booze. Just an absolute flood of booze, trash, and look what happened over the years. They worked so hard to make an extremely special game, and now No Man's Sky is a fucking masterpiece, right? I'm not saying Highguard was ever going to be able to do that, but I would just like if these games, they actually were willing to stick with it for a while to at least see what they could do with it. I was very pessimistic about the game going into it because it didn't seem like a game that I was going to enjoy all that much. I tried it and it was okay, it's just kind of a meh thing, but who knows? Maybe if they really committed to it, they could have made something great out of it. Now, I don't think we'll ever really know. Because it seems like these companies are more than willing to spend unfathomable amounts of money, millions of dollars, to develop a project like this, and then just close it in 2 weeks, just let it die, lay everyone off, say, well, that was a failure of an experiment, it is what it is. I would prefer if these games came out and were good. I don't like to see all these people losing their jobs. That sucks. And it's not like the developers were the ones that cooked the idea here.
Well, technically, that's the consumer's fault. Entirely. Nobody plays the game, so of course it's going to get shut down. I mean, 2,400 for an online game is not a sustainable player base. Fuck, like 100k barely is. How you doing, Journey?
I imagine that came from a higher level position. Most people could tell you, you got a real tough battle ahead of you, a real war to fight if you're trying to carve out a strong community in a genre this
game's bad, nobody's gonna play it. Well, it's kind of hard to make good games for cheap now with AI, because certain companies are allowed to use AI and their games do good. Other companies do AI and then everyone boos them because they used AI. So, really, really sketchy for gaming industry as a whole. Like realistically. 16-hour day, need something to keep me awake.
Again. Like, it's just, I feel like it should have been obvious, but I think so many people in the games industry at the highest level of the food chain just are delusional. Like, it is what it is, man. But yeah, anyway, I wanted to yap about this a little bit. I do think it won't be long now before we see Highguard saying that, they're going to be closing it in the near future. But maybe not. Maybe they are going to run this with a skeleton crew at Wildlight. As I was rendering this video, Wildlight Entertainment put out a statement saying, "Today we made an incredibly difficult decision to part ways with a number of our team members while keeping a core group of developers to continue innovating on and supporting the game. We're proud of the team, talent, and the product we've created together. We're also grateful for players who gave the game a shot and those who continue to be part of the community. So it seems like, based on this, that maybe they aren't looking to shut it down. They're just looking to maybe cut expenses, save some money on the bottom line because the player base has dwindled so much. That's pretty surprising, I'm not going to lie, because from some of the positions I've seen here, they seem to be pretty high-level positions. So, pretty interesting and honestly pretty surprising. But all power to them if they are going to actually stick with it with their core developers here to keep carving out its own unique identity. I guess we'll see how it goes, but yeah, I mean, assuming that this is correct, seems like it's not goodbye, guard. It's more of a see you later, guard. Oh, hi, Mark. I don't know. Anyway, that's the high guard update. That's really about it. So, yeah.
I didn't mean to click that.
It was clear to everyone, my parents, since the day I was born, it was clear to everyone, my parents, the doctors, that I was born to be a gamer. I have an entire channel dedicated to non-stop gaming, Moist Critical Gaming, best gaming channel on YouTube. And I started to ponder recently, is there a way to elevate this experience of gaming? Something we all take for granted. And got me thinking, because realism is something that's very important to a lot of games, but games are somewhat limited in what they can make you feel, right? Because they're a game on the screen. Yeah, they can kind of scare you with jump scares, but you'll never get like that terror of feeling like you're actually in danger. It's not Ready Player One where if you come in the game, you come in real life. And it got me thinking and stinking, is there a way to set something up that can get that kind of experience where, like, playing Counter-Strike, you can, feel the recoil. You can feel when you get shot within reason, not actually like, you get shot in the game and you get shot in real life. Not to that extreme. And I had remembered a while ago, I'd actually seen a couple of people experiment with something like that. Most notably, the guy who created the recoil machine. This was a viral video a while back. I can't find the original anymore, but he set up a recoil machine where you would obviously feel it, and it's fucking amazing to look at. And he's not the only one that set things up like this. I remember someone did something similar with a desk where, like, if a grenade blows up, the desk pops, that kind of thing. So I thought, why not combine all of these ideas, creating the next evolution of realistic gaming experiences for a first-person shooter? So we started kicking around the idea with a friend of ours who's an engineer, who thought he could make it happen, so he did. And I think the results are pretty great. Alright, here it comes.
That's so cursed.
See, that's how games are supposed to feel. Oh wait, I'm on SSG now.
Yeah, you're getting big shots. Oh my god.
Yep, I got that out by the way.
Oh, you can't even see it now. It's so
again.
bad. Who thought this was a good idea?
Shoulder and... So this is one of many features. So instead of having like the recoil machine that's blasting your shoulder and destroying the setup, I wanted something that was somewhat functional. So having recoil on the sniper in particular, it was set up with a hydraulic blaster that when you fire an op or SSG or the auto, God forbid the auto, you go on a whole roller coaster there. That turns this shit into a Sibian sex machine. It would then blast your chair. So you'd feel the recoil, basically. Another thing was flashbangs. Flashbangs we had a massive light set up, so the flashbangs would blind you IRL, so you'd really be mindful of trying to avoid flashes in game. He also set up a hydraulic system for damage. So if you took a lot of damage, you're gonna know because the desk fucking explodes like it just got hit with dynamite. Like Wile E. Coyote got the plunger out and just exploded the desk.
Alright, bus driver, remove that bus. Oh god.
So bad.
Cowabunga.
I knew that would be it.
Imagine you're watching Long from B and you just hear tink, 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 tink. And then this.
And then you hear your teammate explode IRL.
You hear somebody just scream. Oh, it did fuck up the bottom.
Oh, it
Yeah. Big old hole.
Oh, yeah.
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 So cracked the corner too.
Yeah.
There's also the tack vest. I don't actually know what this is called. This is just a piece of equipment that already exists that he found and decided to slap it on to see what that feels like. So it's like something for your wrists and your chest. So when you're shot in the game, it'll like vibrate or somewhat like indicate through pressure where you got shot. It's a nifty little thing, but it's more of a novelty than like an actual realism thing. But the hydraulic systems to the chair and the desk were fucking extraordinary. It really amplified the stakes, and the flashbangs were legitimately debilitating. So, naturally, after making sure everything worked, we took it into ranked. It's been a while. I'm home.
Oh, there goes my Dust 2 rank.
Does SSG make
There
it go
goes
up as
my
well?
Dust
This is
2
gonna be a
rank.
dead round. This is just me on haptic feedback playing Counter-Strike. Oh my god.
Oh, we forgot to put pyrotechnics in.
Heated seat would be
The chair lights
Oh.
on fire when you're in a volley.
Heated seat would actually go ballistic.
Oh, is that like that new show, Meet Your Driver?
If he peeks, man, I tell you.
You're racking up money for that off.
Mm-hmm. In the shoot.
Yeah, but you're shooting
My team just called me out, by the way.
What did they say?
He said, move up, bomb. I have bomb. Yeah.
The fucking chair.
Oh, boy. Oh, yep. Yep, I do it to him like
It's
that.
just winning the game.
Yeah, I just do it to him like that.
That's crazy.
It's no big deal, though. I mean, it's no big deal.
That's a
Wait,
furry,
so what are you
bro.
thinking? Well, you didn't die. You don't have to pump it up.
No, not yet, I don't. That table bounce almost got me killed, though, I'll tell you
That's
what.
it.
Flash out!
Those are actually so great. Yeah. Oh, boy. Oh, I got it. What a shot!
Big shot.
I'm going
That's
home.
a stupid idea.
Yeah, it's the immersion, baby. Yeah.
Better.
Matt, you might just start climbing today. I'm gonna tell you something.
Oh my
I'm gonna tell
god.
you something you don't want to hear, but I'm kind of doing it to him.
Is this enhancing your immersion? You feel like you're in the game?
I do.
Like you're locking in more?
Yeah, it's like I'm at the optimal distance, 10 feet away from the screen. I got my haptic feedback in my hydraulic chair.
Charlie can just see a pixel move a little bit and he shoots. Can't even make out the full screen.
Oh my god.
We got tangos, we got tangos.
Shots fired!
Shots fired.
You almost killed it, man.
I almost did that.
He's pushing, he's pushing.
Not a ramp.
Oh!
Damn, how do you ADS the second earlier?
Oh, he died. We gotta go up 5% on
Alright,
each.
crank me up.
Yo, can you grab Bob? Come along with us.
If this guy gives me another order, I swear to God, what a douchebag.
Actually, the nicest person I've ever heard in Counter.
Legitimately, this guy's
Hasn't ripped a single slur at you.
Oh, I thought, yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
The tape held!
I think it pushed the monitor down. Like,
Yeah, it did. Definitely did.
Oh no.
Oh, that timing is so
Oh, you're just lucky he didn't get you with a sniper.
Yeah, I got lucky that the Molotov cooked me a bit first.
You wanna go?
Yeah, you can crank me up. I got it.
crank
Again.
up 10 more percent?
Yeah, give me 10 more. Give me 10 more. I'm ready. Let's fucking deagle work. Though.
Playing in an AMC IMAX theater there.
Oh my god, I'm so bad at deagle peeking now. Holy shit, that was terrible.
You ever played during the case opening frenzy a couple months ago?
Nah, I didn't actually play.
Just a ridiculous.
Oh, what a shot.
True.
Oh boy. Yeah, that was. I mean, once that desk jumped, I no longer had my aim on. It's weird how that works.
Sounds like a skill issue.
True.
You know what they say? War is hell.
Oh, you're lucky now.
That's so close.
Oh! Stop it. Oh, damn. Okay.
Oh, you got lucky again.
Yeah, I got lucky that he chipped me first. Well, I actually hit myself with a grenade first. Alright, we can crank the power up again.
Alright.
Alright, much better. Is he watching Cat?
Oh, you got him! Oh! He's back, baby.
I'm back. They actually thought this was going to stop me. Watch this. Imagine though. But just imagine though.
It looks so funny. How much it's flipping.
When this gets to like 100, my bucket hat's gonna fucking fly off.
Oh, a little bit of a lag spike.
No! If only he knew how effective that flashbang really was. I'm not gonna. This ain't gonna get me airborne. See?
Oh, yeah,
What is that gonna do for him?
if he flipped backwards.
There's no shot he goes back.
He's sumo squatting.
Yes.
Long push. Oh.
I can't wait.
Bear win the day.
Smokes B. Hard copy.
You guys sound like I'm
Oh wow. Oh wow. I'm falling apart. I'm falling apart. Oh, I didn't even see him cross. We won that game, by the way. I certainly cooled off after the desk kept blowing up multiple times and the monitor got all cattywampus and I was 20 feet away from the table. But, you know, it's an experiment and we did end up squeaking out the W. Matt then hopped into the hot seat. Didn't go as swimmingly. I will spoil a bit for you.
It makes me jump every time.
You should ask your teammates on mic, like, do you guys have your desk type at 30% or 40%?
What's the PSI on the chairs, guys?
Alright. Anyone want to start the
All the
next game
fucking
here?
C stands just there.
Give this one a whirl.
This is crazy. This feels just like how I set up at home.
With your wrist weights.
Whoops.
Now try leaning back. I can like now.
That's much scarier.
Feels good though.
It
doesn't
gives you a little whiplash.
You're a behold kind of guy.
Not normally. I just found a grenade, so. Oh, there they are. Oh, Von Winkeldorf got me. Oh, glass cannon up.
It's off time, baby. Show them what you're made of. Give them a little warm up. Yeah.
It really makes you flinch.
Yeah, they heard you buy that off. Now they're afraid.
My team has no comms.
You ripped it off. You gotta hit your shots, man. That won't happen.
Hit your shots. That
There was
won't
a
happen.
brief moment where it was
Piston's just hanging from
It
the
was
table.
deciding what. Oh, is it stuck in the table?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's on the table.
Terrible.
Every day we inch closer and closer to the bleak future where nobody owns anything. Even the idea of ownership is looking like a foreign concept of a long forgotten age, as every corporate vampire zombie husk worm person is scrambling to try and shove this idea down your throat that you will be happier owning nothing. You will own nothing and be happy. I know I've yapped about this a lot over the last 2 or 3 years, but that's because it's been accelerating at such an alarming pace. Look at this newest development here. You can now lease a PlayStation 5. Zoinks. Certified turbo zoinks moment if I've ever seen one.
For a limited
This is
time
all
only, it
fart,
says.
no poop. This shit is fucking foul. You have a plethora of really enticing options here to choose from 10 euro a month up to 17 depending on the model and I guess the duration of the lease. This is fucking outlandish. This is some hogwash. I cannot believe that we are just seeing this now just out in the open, out in the wild. unashamedly. Now, I was reading through things, and it seems like 36-month contract is what you would sign for this agreement
That is
here.
so cursed.
And you don't ever own it. It doesn't seem like you pay for X amount of time, X amount of dollars, in this case like 10 clams, until eventually you pay it off and it's yours. That doesn't seem to happen. I don't know this company, but I was looking into them, and it seems like they do this for a lot of tech. And what happens is, when you're done with the contract, you send it back. So you end up just paying significantly more over time. It also doesn't even make a mention of PS Plus being included. So presumably if you want to have the PS Plus service, which I imagine most people would want if they're buying a console in the first place, you're then paying even more on top of that over a long period of time and never actually even own the motherfucker in the first place. And then they just ask you to like send it back politely. What an incredible deal. If you've been hit in the head with a sledgehammer, I suppose. But I think a lot of people might just see, oh, as low as 10 a month. Jiminy Christmas, that's a great deal. That's very cheap. That's better than just, saving up and buying it. And I haven't seen too many people defending it, but I have seen a few brainless goob-soomers that are always latching on to terrible fucking business practices and defending them as if it's their fucking job to do so, fighting PR battles for these billion-dollar megacorps for no reason, no gain, aside from just being treated like a fleshlight by these companies. So there definitely has been some chirping here from these addicts that must consume the goob at all times, no matter what, so they're defending this to a certain extent, but most people are rightfully pushing back on this, calling out how outrageous it is. It's a bunch of horseradish. This is not good. And it's a symptom of the direction most of the world is going, where the weasels at the top of the food chain are trying to get you comfy with the idea that you don't own shit. You will own nothing and be happy. You don't question it. Just endlessly subscribe. Rent, lease, subscribe. You have nothing. Just suckling on their teat forever. And the beauty in the case of the PS5 here, once you're done suckling, you've had your fill of milk, you have to spit it all back up. You no longer even get to keep the console you've been paying for 36 fucking months. You have to send it back. And like, imagine that you're late on sending it back, by the way, and fucking Raylo sicks the Pinkertons on you to repo your PS5 from the lease. It's so ridiculous, man. And the fact that there's anyone that thinks that this is a good idea really shocks me. I understand that renting consoles, renting TVs, renting from all kinds of different places has been a thing for a while, and a variety of different things. It's just that now every company is up in your face and just blatantly obvious about their new push to get everyone comfortable switching to the lease everything model, you will own nothing and be happy model. And in the case of Raylo, with the very limited research I've done on them, it seems like they primarily target low-income households. And in the case of the PlayStation 5, it seems like the goal is to get these families spending money that they ordinarily wouldn't be on a PlayStation 5. A low-income household probably isn't super gung-ho and comfortable dropping hundreds of dollars on a PlayStation 5. But Raylo having an offering as low as 10 doubloons a month, well, now all of a sudden, maybe that family does start spending, and they're spending it on something that they ordinarily wouldn't be purchasing, and Raylo's getting a piece of that pie now. So Raylo's getting paid $10 a month from this family, and at the end of the place, you're then paying even more on top of that over a long period of time, and never, which I imagine most people would want if they're buying a console. It's a bunch of horse if it's their fucking job to do so, fighting lease, everyone income household probably isn't super gung is 10 doubloons a month. Well, now all of a sudden, maybe that family does start spending, and they're spending it on something that they ordinarily wouldn't be purchasing, and Raylo's getting a piece of that pie now. So Raylo's getting paid $10 a month from this family, and at the end of the 36-month contract, that family is paid pretty close to what the normal retail cost is for the device, except now they have nothing to show for it because they have to send the device back to Raylo, who then gets to repeat this process, rinse and repeat. Meanwhile, the family that is now paid $10 a month over the course of this contract gets fucking squat. It's a terrible deal. And it's a smart business move from Raylo because what they are doing is they are incentivizing the low-income households that they're, what I believe, targeting on purpose to start spending on things that ordinarily they wouldn't be purchasing, and Raylo gets to facilitate that and make money off of that. And then that family gets nothing. They end up with nothing. They're just out a bunch of money over the course of those months. And now another thing I saw a lot of people bringing up, I guess is part of like a strategy, is like, you know, you rent the PlayStation 5 right before GTA 6 drops, and you only rent it for like a month at $10 and then cancel the lease there and send it back. So you get to play through the game that you're interested in on a PlayStation 5 for $10. I don't know if that's permissible by the Raylo contract. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. It seems like you can cancel it at any time, so I'm guessing it is. So I guess if you're someone that wants to just play a PlayStation 5 for like a day, a month, 2 months, 3 months, and then instantly cancel it, so I guess in that case you do end up saving a lot of money if you're someone who only wants to play the PlayStation 5 for a very brief period of time. You could do that strategy if it's allowed in their contract. I don't know if it is or not. Maybe they'll get the, you know, the Pinkertons back on the horn for you or something. Couldn't tell you. But I feel like the norm with consoles is you get a console under the idea that you will own it long term, because presumably there's more games coming out over time that you might have an interest in. Thus, you would need the console to play them. So it'd be pretty silly to keep renting the PlayStation 5 every time a new game comes out. Then it would end up costing you money in the long term. But if you're someone that just wants to play a PlayStation for like a month or two, then I guess that strategy would make sense. I just don't think that's the typical procedure. Most people, when they move to get a console, they're probably looking to have it very long term and actually own it, which this does not allow you to do. I'm not just going to regurgitate everything I've said across countless videos now about this whole subscription-based economy and this whole you will own nothing and be happy territory we've entered across the board. I think as it's beaten time and time again by these corporations, people will just come to accept it, and something like leasing a PlayStation 5 will no longer be like a weird, wacky, wild thing that's outrageous. People will just accept it as totally standard business practice. Like, because think, not too long ago, Klarna was advertising how you can put fucking burritos on Klarna. You can lease burritos, and now you can lease your goddamn PlayStation 5, soon to be everything else in your life. The idea of ownership dying. Not just dying, being murdered, executed in cold blood, defiled, the corpse being dragged through the streets, paraded, mutilated, and taking the place of ownership becomes the idea, imagination of having something that's yours when it's not and never will be. And I shudder to picture that future where you're the weirdo for not wanting to lease your fucking Five Guys burger. People will look at you like some kind of circus freak because you want to actually like own something. Get a load of this guy. This geriatric fossil tried to buy a PlayStation 7 instead of just putting it on fucking Klarna. And this push that the whole world has made to everything going subscription based and like lease instead of own, rent instead of buy, it's trash. Which is why I've become such like a big advocate for the consumer rights wiki. This is something that I've only recently become aware of, but this seems like a truly valuable service, which is just a platform that solely aims to educate consumers on anti-consumer practices that are being integrated into products. Seems like a very simple mission to just give you as much information as possible about what a lot of these shady companies are doing with their services and their products. So I really do appreciate what's been going on over there. I'll put a link to it in the description if anyone's curious about it or want to check anything out there. This is not like a sponsored segment or anything. I want to make that clear. I have just talked about this a lot and only recently had this put on my radar as something that's aiming to help in the fight against this you will own nothing and be happy future. So I've been all for it, and just something I wanted to mention here. It is not sponsored or anything like that. Anyway, just another video yapping about this topic. I hope people continue to reject the notion of you will own nothing and be happy. It should not be something that people are just okay with. Anyway, that's really about it. See ya.
Humanity's next pet. damn. I was looking at a Beach again from Sally's to redo my hair for the roots, and holy shit, prices have gone up again.
I know I've made a lot of videos recently clowning on driving streamers who are addicted to streaming while behind the wheel of a vehicle and hardly paying attention to the road, jeopardizing everyone's safety out there, and in a lot of cases, crashing. Recently, there was even a TikTok streamer who is now facing charges after killing a man while doing a TikTok driving stream.
It was weird, like, so... Let me call you right now. Oh, what was that?
This is Tynesha Roten. As you can see, she was too preoccupied with her stream talking there. Maybe too many roses and galaxies capturing her attention, wasn't looking at the road, and struck and killed a pedestrian at an intersection. His name was Darren Lucas. This kind of shit gets my blood boiling, which is why I've been yapping about it so much recently, because it's only becoming more and more common. It's been normalized to just stream in cars now for a lot of people, and it's just incredibly dangerous and can lead to situations like that. In many of these cases, the streamer is too focused on their chat, interacting with them, jingling keys, you know, doing the song and dance to keep the chat engaged, and they're just focused there, not on the road. So at that point, they're no longer even operating a vehicle, they're riding a fucking missile, which is why we've been seeing so many videos of them crashing, causing accidents, or in that case, killing people.
What is this guy doing?
Walking.
Wait, what? What are the ones for?
Oh my god. He's looking at his phone, isn't he?
Oh shit.
Yep.
Well, I just crashed my fucking car. Damn it, bro.
And he's leaving. Okay,
Oh,
never mind.
wow.
Shucks.
I was about to say, yep, that's streamer behavior, alright.
Oh well. Is what it is. That was unavoidable. That parked car came out of nowhere. He had no time to react to that at all. Not even at fault, honestly. That was really on that vehicle there. I mean, shame on them for parking, right? They should have known that a streamer would be coming through, just fucking blankly staring at their phone screen, reading chat like a fucking zombie out there. How could they not have predicted that? This clip is from yesterday, and we are seeing tons of clips like this all the time now, because streaming while driving has become very popular. Now, in this case, this streamer was clearly reading his chat. Moments before hitting that parked car, he even said, "What are the ones for?" indicating that he is looking at chat, not the road. He made no effort to turn away from the parked car despite ample opportunity to do so. It was like the most easily avoidable collision if he even glanced up from his phone for even a split second. Fucking SpongeBob SquarePants is more alert than this guy. Like, this is unbelievable just how long he zones out from what he is doing behind the wheel of this car. Imagine if that guy who crossed had went left instead. This dude would have flattened him like a fucking pancake. You wouldn't have even seen him. He would have just ran over him. And there's no cope or excuse because you can see all of it unfold before your very peepers here. He was just talking to chat. He makes that turn and is immediately lined up with the parked car and makes no adjustments. So he was still reading chat clearly. Either that or he's drunk. Either that or he fell asleep. Either that or he fucking blacked out there or something, his brain blue screened. And get this, Goofy is trying to say he wasn't distracted by his phone, his attention was on the pedestrian moving unpredictably in the roadway.
Bro was crossing the crosswalk. What do you mean?
Moving unpredictably in the roadway? Brother, he's going through the crosswalk. the clearly labeled crosswalk there. Like, what are you yapping about? It's what? Hey, let's just play ball with this for a second. Let's say he was doing zigzags like he was trying to avoid an alligator. He was serpentining through the roadway. What do you mean that your eyes were on him to avoid hitting him? You crashed into a parked car. So what did you do? Like, turn your head fully around like a fucking owl trying to track this guy? What do you, like, what? This doesn't make any sense.
All right, let's find a call before, what time is it? 4:20. Right on time. No, what is this guy doing?
Crossing the street, obviously.
This is the longer clip that makes it even more clear this guy wasn't moving unpredictably through the road or anything. And in this longer clip, it actually sounds like he's fiddling with something in the passenger seat, trying to get something out, and then making a reference to 420. So some people were speculating maybe he wasn't just like, you know, fucking laser focused on his phone. Instead, he was too preoccupied trying to light up or something. I still believe he was still looking at his phone, preoccupied with chat, since he was addressing them right before crashing into the parked car. His excuse is beyond dog shit, and it shouldn't fool a single soul on this planet. You would actually have to be a lobotomized idiot to believe that for even a split second, that the reason he crashed into a parked car is because he was trying to avoid hitting a pedestrian on the sidewalk. So he thought he was moving unpredictably on the road, and in order to avoid hitting them, decided to idly drive into a parked car. Yeah, that really passes the smell test, huh? Let's say for a second, though, let's play ball with this, because this is just so ridiculous. It's outlandish. Let's say he was moving unpredictably in the road. What was your strategy to avoid hitting him? Like, not looking at the road, trying to look everywhere else besides the road? That would make you more likely to hit somebody that's moving unpredictably, by the way. So nothing about this makes any sense from his side of things with his explanation. It's clear what happened. He was distracted. He's streaming while driving. He was distracted by chat, or potentially distracted by whatever he was getting out in the passenger seat. I'm inclined to believe that, much like all the other fucking driving streamer losers that keep crashing their cars every other day, he was distracted by reading and interacting with chat and not paying attention to the road, and as such turned his vehicle into a weapon, hitting a parked car. That's what I think is pretty evident here from this clip. Now, what I want to also mention that adds just a cherry on top of this is this streamer earlier in that stream had made a citizen's arrest on a hit-and-run suspect.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Citizen's arrest! Now! Get on the ground! Lay on the ground now! Lay on the ground!
This guy sounds like that kind of person.
I
You
will
hear his
tase
voice. You'll tase him. I mean, you would actually you'd go to jail too then. When it comes to a quote-unquote citizen's arrest, which technically this isn't because there's actual police there, obviously, like, still not allowed to use force because you're not justified in using force. You know. Just the way he's screaming though, he sounds like the kind of person who'd be fucking.
You're gonna get jolted, I swear to God. I'm gonna tase you, you're gonna have a heart attack.
When's gonna tase you? Gonna have a heart attack? Who? You or him?
Hands up now!
So he went from performing a citizen's arrest on a hit-and-run suspect directly into crashing his vehicle due to distracted driving. What a true combo. What an adventure that is. Now, I know this has been said by a lot of people, but I'm also very surprised streaming platforms haven't just made a blanket ban on driving streams across the board. Just full stop, period, because this shit happens all the time. There are clips just like this all the time. And we just saw, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, a TikTok driving stream lead to the death of a pedestrian. Like, I am just really shocked that it is still just an allowed piece of content to stream while driving. It is dangerous. Adding a distraction like chat while you are driving on the road trying to entertain as opposed to trying to safely arrive at your destination, it's a recipe for disaster, as we are seeing time and time and time again here. So I am surprised that it isn't something that is just immediately frowned upon on these platforms. But yeah, anyway, that's really about it. So yeah.
Beat China's hardest mod, so they made it harder. This seems kind of racist. No, specifically China's. Why does it specifically have to be China's hardest mod? Quickly do the most wiggly of snoods. How you doing? Why Conquered failed? Because nobody wants more hero shooters. I think that part's pretty obvious. Why was Call of Duty Ghosts so hated and bad? I mean, I don't know about that. Like, given its player base, I don't know about that. One of the most iconic in the series. I haven't seen this one, I don't think.
31-year-old man still shakes his fists at clouds the old-fashioned way. A heartwarming story here. Join me as I lament the current climate of YouTube content being dominated by AI. I imagine a lot of you have seen by now, some of the most viewed videos and channels across the platform are AI at the moment. And one really fascinating genre that's blown up is AI elderly people telling touching stories and giving life advice as if they are real people. I first learned about this because Deep Humor covered a channel called Before It's Too Late, and they're by far the most popular one. They've gained over 100,000 subs in just shy of 2 months. And their videos have gone somewhat viral, so no doubt they've made thousands of dollars for what is no doubt minutes of sentences typed into an AI video generator. And people believe that it's authentic, and this has become pretty big. There's other channels that are now copying it, or maybe it's just the same content farm that's churning this shit out across numerous channels, fundamentally just the exact same scripts, but with a different old person and new liver spots. It's so fucking pathetic.
I'm 73 years old, and I'm about to tell you something that might upset you. Everything you think you know about getting older
Mouth
is
movement
completely
is so
wrong.
bad.
Fuck, Grandpa, now you done made me upset. Why'd you have to say that? Well, now I'm gonna have to throw out everything I thought I knew about aging. Thanks, Big Shot, you fucking old bat. This is Before It's Too Late. It's a channel that's fully AI generated, giving you these cliche platitudes about regret and spending your time wisely, delivered through the lips of AI generated old people. It's an entire channel dedicated to regurgitating and repackaging the same fucking Facebook statuses you saw in middle school. If you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best type shit. And sad stories that tug on your heartstrings, playing a sad song on the world's smallest violin about the time that your crush asked to borrow a pen in kinesiology course, but you didn't have any. I'm 86 years old and I still think about this regret daily. Why, Christine, why? A moving tale. It's fucking embarrassing, man. And if you look in the comments, so many people think this is real. Patting these AI-generated geezers on the tuchus, saying, you know, we're really happy that you're sharing this experience and wisdom with us. I will grow as a person because of this. Thank you so much for your bravery. I would love to hear more of your war stories about the time you went to Staples and overpaid, but then learned the value of friendship or whatever. Now, on their About section, they claim that these are real experiences and life advice from user-submitted stories about regret and life lessons, and that they use AI-generated avatars that were created from photo references of the real individuals who shared them. I'm immediately throwing a flag on this play. That is horseradish. These are just ChatGPT spit out garbage, gobbledygook. Like, it's not real stories. These are the most cliche nothing burgers imaginable, with old people's faces slapped on them to deceive viewers. And while they do openly state that it's AI generated, you can see in the comment section that most people don't know that. And in their own descriptions, like on this video, it even just makes it seem like this is his channel, After years of living and learning the hard way, I'm sharing the life lessons I wish I knew when I was younger. In this video, I talk about time, relationship, regrets, success, and what truly matters in life. If you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, and beyond, this wisdom could save you decades of mistakes. This feels like it is trying to deceive people, deliberately trying to make them believe that this is actually an old person on camera giving this advice and telling this story, sitting you down by the fireplace to regale a moment from his past here for your own benefit. And even the way they sign off their videos plays into that.
Someday is today. It always has been. If this resonates, share this video, leave a comment, tell me what you're going to do differently. Subscribe, because I have more truths to share and not much time left. The clock is ticking. What are you going to do with your time?
The name of the channel is Before It's Too Late. So their sign-offs are always playing into that idea that these old people are about to just fucking die. They're about to croak, and the last thing they want you to do before they, meet their maker is subscribe to the YouTube channel. So it doesn't feel like this is part of a real story that was shared with them by a viewer. What viewer puts that into the script? Oh yeah, I'm turbo old. Pretty much on the way out. Could be any second now. And man, the last thing I want to see is everyone hitting that subscribe button and blasting that bell on the Before It's Too Late YouTube channel. That way I can die going to Valhalla with a smile on my face. It's stupid, man. Like, they have the AI disclaimer there to cover their own ass, but obviously they don't try and make that front-facing. They want people to believe that these are actual, genuine old people sharing their real experiences, so that way it can be like emotionally moving and thought-provoking. But it's not.
You see, I spent the first 50 years of my life believing the same lies you probably believe right now. I thought I had it all figured out. I had the career, the house, the respect of my peers. But at 52, something happened that shattered everything I thought I knew.
Poor bastard got minted on the blockchain. They funged the non-fungible right from under his nose. Again, you have heard this trash a billion times before. So many of these pseudo-intellectual self-help guru YouTube channels and shit have said the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. And this is an evolution of that where it's even lazier, even more low effort, but much, much faster to produce. And they can put a emotional draw to it with an old person's perspective here now. So now people are buying into it more and it's making them more money. It's fucking dumb. I hate this shit so much. And this is just one of very many AI genres that are blowing up on YouTube where people don't even realize they're consuming AI content right now. It's everywhere.
I ask if something happened and she says no. Then, after a long silence, she says something that's been rattling around in my head ever since. She says, "Grandpa, does it ever feel like nothing you do actually matters?" I'm George, and I'm 80 in my head ever since. She says, "Grandpa, and does it ever feel like nothing you do actually matters?" Two camera angles. I'm George, and I'm 87 years old. I've lived through wars, recessions.
Hi, George.
Like nothing you do after a
I found that this entire section right here, the spots don't stay consistent. Neither on the bottom of the cheek either. It actually basically, yeah, gone.
I'm George, and I'm 87 years old. I've lived through wars, recessions.
Hi, George. Thanks for sharing this story. This is stunning. Man, gives you a lot to chew on. Do you ever feel like nothing you do matters? Huh. Never really stopped to consider such a thing. But when you really sit down, consume some AI videos, and start to really just marinate, it becomes very clear that yes, what you do matters. You are a very important view statistic on the Before It's Too Late YouTube channel, and George doesn't have much time left, so what are you waiting for? Subscribe.
You know, what's one small thing you're going to pay more attention to? And subscribe if you want more of these conversations. I've got a bit more to say before I'm done, And I'd like to say it to people who actually want to listen.
Unfortunately, the day after this was filmed, George's corpse was located in a public park.
That's crazy.
Authorities believe he suffered a fart overdose and tragically passed away. All of which could have been avoided if you had just listened to his stories on the Before It's Too Late YouTube channel. And now it's too late. George is gone. Anyway, you get the point. This sucks.
Insane.
Tons of channels like this. AI channels are legitimately dominating the platform right now, and a lot of people don't even realize that what they are watching is AI anymore. It's sad, and it's just going to get worse, especially considering the YouTube CEO seems extremely excited about AI's presence on the platform. Anyway.
Body count. Well, look at that. We were just talking about that.
What's the big difference between AI and my height? AI is still growing. And most people recognize that a lot of jobs that exist today won't exist in the next handful of years because AI will replace them, and companies are being pretty forward about that. There's plenty of signs about, the corporate direction here and the role AI is going to play and the effect it's going to have on the workforce. But what a lot of people still don't fully understand is even if somehow your job survives the initial purge, your life is still directly being affected by AI's existence in a negative way, such as electronics prices getting higher and higher. Most recently, the RAM crisis that hasn't even fully set in yet, by the way, and already seeing an explosion in price there. But even outside of that, as data centers become more and more common, as more and more get installed, the price of just living in the area is going to go up. And we're already seeing that in communities that have data centers going up, where water, electricity, all of that.
I mean, natural disasters will solve those issues of data centers, Natural.
Price has started to increase exponentially because of data centers. So even just being in proximity to AI as it becomes even bigger is a net negative on your life in terms of being able to live it or own things or pay for things that you previously had no problems paying for. But also, outside of that, not even your gooning is safe. AI filters have gotten so good that now anybody can pretend to be a hot babe, holy honkers, big titted online influencer that's influencing the nut right out of your sack. And you're none the wiser to it actually not being a human being there. It's all AI. Or in some cases, a dude with the AI filters on as well as a voice changer. That's another thing that's become very common so far since this has gotten so sophisticated. But oftentimes on Instagram in particular, it's just fully AI, no actual human being there. And they're making tons and tons of money, tens of thousands of dollars per month based on some of the reports I've seen from these individuals, as well as some of these are even like small businesses that are just pumping out AI women on Instagram to make money. I saw the real-time AI filter on Twitter. That shit's crazy.
Mortuary
Which
Assistant
one?
official trailer? What the hell?
There's a bunch of them right now.
Did they turn it into a fucking movie? They did. What the hell? I mean, it looks like the game. It looks pretty well done. February 13th? Yo, that's today. Hey, yo. You just pop that off, I don't know the place anymore. What was it? Opie. Send me the link of the thing, the movie thing, I can't find it because got it. Don't worry. I'm trying to check. Teddy sends too many Instagram reels. Well, anyways, you know, probably really niche movie. It's in theaters now, so probably a pretty good chance to just find it, you know.
All right, Mr. Leibowitz, let's get you embalmed and I guess cremated.
From the studio that brought you Terrifier. That's not a good sign, because Terrifier is like half comedy.
Is somebody there?
I know what you experienced was terrifying. But you need to listen to me if you want to survive. The entity will do anything to gain control.
Oh my god, it's her grandma.
I want this to stop.
Yeah.
To banish a demon to hell, you need to learn its name.
Do I have something that you want?
You need to get off the phone.
You have to help me. I don't know what I am doing here.
The demon knows everything about you.
So what do we do?
By the houses of hell, I command you back!
Interesting. Please don't end up like the Until Dawn movie, I'm begging. Use enough injector needles for that mouth closure. Freaked out so bad when I saw this trailer play in the theater for Iron Lung. Yeah, that too. What's up with the amount of fucking... What the hell? What's up with the amount of... Is that a giant fucking spider? The amount of video games turned movie recently. Wow, that is loud as shit. Learn to balance your shit, bro. God damn. I'm gonna be real, I do not give a shit about the movie. I just wanted to see the giant spider looking thing. I can't lie, I don't know where it was, but it looked like really, really, really bad CGI. I guess it's supposed to be like aliens.
I imagine it was probably this one. This one I think is the big one. You're going to be squeezing your hog to this pretty soon, and you'll never even know. Meanwhile, our boy here's going to be raking in all the doubloons. But this is big now. I've seen quite a few of these. Still very easy to tell, though. Not really. Not at all, actually. Imagine
it's too high
just
quality.
in a small face cam on stream, you would have no idea this would be an AI avatar. He will absolutely just be using an AI voice filter. You'd have no clue. You'd have to really be getting into the weeds of it to try and spot anything. It's very, very tough. My 50-year-old coworker subbed to like 6 OnlyFans girls. This will destroy him. I'm pretty sure it's bannable on OnlyFans to do AI creators there, but if you just shit out like 100 of them, it doesn't matter how many get banned as long as you can just have a few of them last long enough to get the money out of it. It's really big on Instagram right now. AI, Instagram, AI. Yeah, they're already doing that. It's fucked. Who's doing that right now? Give me a break for people for stream sales. These avatars are crafted in printers. Point is days. Here's
Why did it not show on
the
the thing?
AI live sellers. I don't know if it has the collage that I've been trying to find. Wow, what is this fucking URL link? Holy shit. AI virtual sales avatars are transforming live stream e-commerce by outperforming humans with 24/7 real-time demonstrations and higher conversion rates. AI-powered tools grow more sophisticated. Concerns about job security among workers have been rising. However, certain professions still appear to be safe, like sales, where the human touch, charisma, and conversational skills remain essential. Sales domain, nonetheless, might be experiencing a transformative phase. In China, AI-powered avatars are increasingly being leveraged for product sales over live streams, as reported by Wired. Notably, these virtual entities are beginning to surpass their human counterparts in performance. Case in point is Japanese electronics firm Brother, which has adopted virtual salespeople in China, where live streams serve as a popular and effective vehicle for product sales. Within just 2 hours of deployment, Brother's AI avatar secured 2,500 in printer sales, representing a 30% enhancement over traditional live stream sales. These avatars are crafted by Shanghai's marketing agency Pilter Firm and have been unleashed across significant e-commerce platforms like Taobao and Pinduoduo, where they promote an array of products from office devices to typical consumer goods. This is a bit of an older article, I imagine. Yeah, 2025 August. As of like 2 months ago, I've seen the AI sellers are now just big on TikTok. This is what all our RAM is being used for. Pointless shit. Pointless shit? What do you mean? They're selling fucking fake products to fake people using fake people to make fucking imaginary money. This is a requirement for a civilized and, functioning society. The AI influencers will also try to sell you courses to become an AI influencer too. That one is adorable. It's not the AI influencers. What you'll see oftentimes is people like trying to hawk a course on how you can make your own AI e-commerce shilling avatar, as if it's something hard to do. As if it's not something anybody on the fucking planet with access to the internet can do right now.
Within like 30 seconds.
Shameless. It's so shameless.
You literally just have it generate you a video of it trying to sell your product and have that shit like be like a 24-hour video, and then it just resets and just fucking loops. Easiest shit ever. Like, what?
People do you think care about stuff like this? I would hope it's high, but it's probably not. I know people like to pretend that, it's not a lot of people that care about this. It's just people online, terminally online. That's just not true. Your average everyday layman is not thrilled about this shit either, because it is literally directly affecting people's lives right now. My mom and dad are like the least online people imaginable. My mom, I went to dinner with them tonight. My mom was even talking about how like she just recently learned how to scan things to get rid of her fax machine. These are not online people, but one thing that we always bring up when we talk is about how fucking terrified they are of AI and how much they hate AI. Like, it is a very normal perspective that actual people have about AI being really not good right now. So I think that is a sentiment shared by a lot of...
In the end, though, if it becomes a problem and, like, the fucking Terminator shows up, it's not hard to undo their decades worth of work. It really isn't. I mean, let's be real. There's 8 billion people, and about 7 billion of those easily are not part of the government or military. It's not really that hard. If the Terminator shows up, I think the Terminator will be terminated.
People, not just those online. Once the data centers go online and the electric bills go up, shit will get crazy. Oh, and you're already seeing that. We watched, not too long ago, a short news segment on a town that just got a data center installed, and they just completely lost access to water from time to time because of it. Which, of course, they're pissed about. It's like, nobody, like, no real human being wants this. And the ones that think they do, they're going to soon learn they don't, when the data centers get installed and everything gets more expensive around them. Oh, here's a nice little segment on it. But this one's only focusing on the China AI live selling. I'd love to find the one for TikTok.
Taking over pop culture in videos like this
It's
one.
basically just like this, though, to be fair.
These are AI clones of human live streamers, built to host shows by themselves. Is this what the future of online shopping looks like?
It is. It 100% is, but not just online shopping. Shopping anywhere, anything. The future of literally fucking everything, unfortunately. We'll see how bad ChatGPT usage drops off since they're introducing ads in the US. Wait, what?
Yikes.
A piece of AI news I haven't heard? Wait, is that real? Are they actually doing that? Here's something from OpenAI. Our approach to advertising and expanding access to ChatGPT.
It's because they're losing too much money.
No
It's not because they
way.
want to expand access, they're just losing too much money.
Let me read. Okay, what the fuck? Why is it? Did they just take the article down? Oh, there we go. AI is reaching a point where everyone can have a
AI is
personal
so
super
advanced that shit
assistant
can't
that
load
helps
the
them
first
learn and
time.
do almost anything. Who gets access to that level of intelligence will shape whether AI expands opportunity or reinforces the same divides. Hey, also, by the way, brother, this has existed for a while. It's called Google. Just going on your cell phone and researching things yourself. Like, you can do that right now and have been able to for a couple decades. But the difference is, now you'll never even bother diving into things, so oftentimes you'll just get fed wrong shit and learn how to do nothing. It's very cool, actually. We've been working to make powerful AI accessible to everyone through our free product and low-cost subscription tier, ChatGPT Go, which is launched in 171 countries since August. Today we're bringing Go to the US and everywhere ChatGPT is available, giving people expanded access to messaging, image creation, file uploads, and memory for $8 a month. In the coming weeks, we're also planning to start testing ads in the US. Yeah! For the free and Go tiers, so more people can benefit from our tools with fewer usage limits or without having to pay. Plus, Pro, Business, and Enterprise subscriptions will not include ads. Wow, that's so sweet. That's so nice. I'm sure eventually these will start to get some ads, though. They won't just be free users that get to have all the fun. I mean, there's so many people now that will just switch to Gemini or DeepSeek. Until they do the same thing, man. All of these fucking companies are so parasitic. Once ChatGPT proves that people will just sit there and mindlessly watch ads like the good little drones they are, everyone else is going to follow suit. You see Jeff Bezos about renting computers. I forgot to look into that. Did he actually say that he wants people to be renting computers? Which, by the way, is nothing new. We're kind of going in that direction where you won't even own your fucking computer anymore. It'll all just be cloud computation and shit, and you're renting your devices. Let me see. I see a bunch of articles on it. That's not going to laugh. Jeff Bezos believes AI will force you to rent your PC from the cloud, and the RAM crisis is accelerating it. Yippee! Renting computers! You can't even own them now! NZXT already offers computers for rent. Oh, I know, that's why I said this is nothing new. Pitching local PCs for subscription-based cloud computing. In an interview with the New York Times, Bezos talks about how AI is the main focus at Amazon. Shocked! I'm shocked! That's hardly a surprise, seeing as every company is doubling down on incorporating artificial intelligence into their products, apps, services, and more these days. But the real kicker comes in when Bezos mentioned a brewery he visited, and this company had to build its own power station to improve the efficiency of their brewery with electricity. Since there was no power grid, they had to build their own form of electricity. At the time, that's what everyone did. If a hotel wanted electricity, they had their own electric generator. I looked at this and I thought, this is what computation is like today. Everyone has their own data center. Interestingly, he continued to say, that's not going to last. It makes no sense. You're going to buy compute off the grid. That's AWS. That comment was said in 2024, and today it rings more true than ever. Oh, so
except AWS goes down like every fucking
renting
week.
Everything is on the table. Man, you could fucking rent burritos with Klarna. You remember that? Fucking just put that shit on Klarna. Pay it back later. The fuck they gonna do if I don't pay it? Reach into my stomach and take it? Yeah, I don't know, man. Who's to say? Well, I think we don't even need to worry about spending in the future. AI will just do everything for us.
They've got that covered.
Yeah, we'll be fine. Money won't even exist in the future. It'll all just be AI tokens to Chat GPT and Gemini.
Wow.
Oh, it's on the table. Man, you could fucking rent burritos with Klarna. You remember that?
Shopify ad?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Who's to say? Well, I think we don't even need to worry about spending in the future. AI will just do everything for us.
They've got that covered.
Yeah, we'll be fine. Money won't even exist in the future. It'll all just be AI tokens to Chat GPT and Gemini.
I thought AI's only innovation is making scamming easier. Difference is AI never started in the Hunger Games. Flying cars, they said. They said AI would revolutionize our lives, but so far all it's done is make it easier to cheat on tests, lie on resumes, completely ruin social media, and YouTube also being awful for the environment. Yep. Yep. I am probably going to end Imagine having to explain to your friend that your dad left for an AI wife. That's crazy. Can't wait for AI ads. My AI services starring AI characters offering AI products. Don't forget about the AI propaganda hidden inside the AI show suggesting you vote for an AI politician to deregulate AI to uplift your impoverished nation from AI-inflicted poverty. Okay, I will be back tomorrow. Good night.